Right. Who finishes in which spot in the AFC East? Let's begin in fourth place. I think we agree the New York Football Jets will be the team that is bringing up the rear of the AFC East. Do you agree?
I absolutely agree. And it's unfortunate because it's like I want to believe more in the Jets, right? But like where's the offense going to come from, especially with Zach Wilson out? We haven't heard very much about their first round pick in Garrett Wilson, right? I mean, like when's the last time you heard something about him? Like, does he look good? Does he look bad? I don't even know. It's just kind of weird. I mean, Sauce Gardner, we'll see if he actually earns the nickname of Sauce. You're a cornerback. You better bring something with that. But yeah, especially when we're looking at, their schedule in the early season, like, man, that is a tough thing that you got to go through. I don't know where the offense is going to come from, and I don't see how they're not going to be in last.
Yeah, I agree completely. Then it becomes a challenge as you work farther up the ladder. And it is so hard for me to say this. It is hard for me to process it. It is hard for me to even comprehend it. But I think the Patriots are going to finish in third behind the Dolphins and the Bills. We give Bill Belichick the benefit of the doubt because if you haven't heard, he's won 6 rings as a head coach, 2 more as a coordinator. So he has 8, Tommy, not 7. He's still got 1 more than you. But you look at what they're doing. This whole go to Miami 5 days earlier thing, it smacks of desperation. And if any other coach was doing it, we'd be pointing and laughing. Look how desperate this guy is. I mean, they're horrible in Miami when they have the better team. They're going down to Miami this year with not the better team. They made it to the playoffs last year. They got blown off the field, 47-17 by the Buffalo Bills. It completely erased any positive vibes they worked 18 weeks to create. I just don't see it this year. I don't see it. Prove me wrong, Patriots. I get proven wrong all the time. Trust me, I'm used to it. But I just feel like we're so caught up in the idea that Bill Belichick can do no wrong, we're failing to notice all the wrong that he's doing with his coaching staff, with who's being entrusted with what responsibility, with the nepotism that I think has caused the coaching staff to maybe not be in a position where he can hold guys accountable the way he needs to, because if you're going to fire anybody, maybe he's got to fire 1 or 2 of his kids who aren't getting it done. Well, if you can't hold them accountable, how can you hold anyone accountable? And I think he's kind of stumbled into this mess. This is one of the problems of coaches hiring their kids. If the kids aren't good enough, what do you do? I think it all kind of jumbles together and you throw in the talent or lack thereof. I think it's going to be a real challenge this year for the Patriots.
It should be, by all accounts. I mean, anybody that would say that the Patriots should finish in second in the AFC East is giving Bill Belichick, giving the Patriots the Bill Belichick boost. But frankly, I agree with you. I think that they'll finish in third. And if not for how bad I think the Jets were going to be, I think that they might finish in fourth, because I think our buddy Tom Curran of NBC Sports Boston said something like this, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's basically like, you could be the best high school history teacher in the state, but if they reassign you and they make you go teach biology, how good are you going to be at that? Right? That's what the Patriots are kind of doing with Matt Patricia. He was a good defensive coordinator. He failed as a head coach, but now they're having him coach OL and call the offensive plays. Sometimes, maybe not all the time. I don't know. Right? You have you have Joe Judge, who also went and was a failed head coach, but he was a special teams coordinator and coached wide receivers. And he is the one entrusted with making sure your second-year quarterback takes a step. And those are some huge risks, and they better pay off, or Bill Belichick is going to deservedly face some serious questions after this year.
I remember, and it's now been, my God, 11 years ago, when Andy Reid fired Sean McDermott, who took over as defensive coordinator. The move was to make Juan Castillo, the longtime offensive line coach, into the defensive coordinator. And because Andy Reid had no rings, he had Super Bowl appearances, but he had no rings. Or he had 1 Super Bowl appearance, and he had several conference championships.
Yeah, right.
It was like, has he lost his damn mind here? Like, what's Andy Reid really thinking? What's he really doing here? It ended up being the last 2 years, I think Andy Reid served as Eagles head coach with Juan Castillo as defensive coordinator. So it is a major dramatic shift. And I know Matt Patricia's a smart guy. I know that the Patriots regard him as one of the smartest guys in the NFL, maybe even smarter at some level than Bill Belichick. But it's a huge change. And to have Josh McDaniels out and this kind of patchwork. And, Belichick has said it multiple times now, and I've never heard him say this in all the years he's been head coach, how he's ultimately in charge of everything. I mean, he knows he's got a big old pile of chips on the table from everything he's done the last 20 years. They could suffer through a bad year or 2 or 3 because of everything he's done for that team. And I think he's setting himself up to take the blame because he knows he's in a position where he can take the blame. He can absorb the blame because of everything he's accomplished.
But it is his fault. I mean, it's not like he's lying. Everything that does happen there ultimately falls on him. And I think it's important to note, too, that it's not just McDaniels that they're missing, but he took several offensive assistants with him from New England to Las Vegas. So that's a part of this, too, right? Like, why do you have to go and get Joe Judge and Matt Patricia and put them in these positions? Well, because Josh McDaniels took some of the guys that you probably would have promoted to, Southern Nevada. So like that all of these things flow into it, but like it is ultimately Bill Belichick's responsibility.
All right, so we've got second place and first place, and I think this is as easy as fourth place was. Dolphins 2, Bills 1, because choo-choo, hype train, Buffalo Bills, winning the division, winning the conference, winning the Super Bowl. You can't win the Super Bowl. You can win the Super Bowl without winning the division. We know that's not unprecedented, but the Bills are everyone's favorite team. Of course, the Bills won, the Dolphins too.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I think Miami has a lot of potential. If Tua Tagovailoa is good, then yeah, they will probably finish in second place. And I have a lot of faith in Mike McDaniel. Maybe that's misplaced. Maybe it's not. But based on how he was, Kyle Shanahan's right-hand man, arm, silly rabbit. I hope people understand that reference because that's really obscure. But based on how close he is to Kyle Shanahan and how much I love that offensive system, like I think that can translate into some success there in Miami. I love the way they built the team. You got so much speed with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. They should be able to do some good things. And then, of course, Buffalo was the best team in that division. I don't think anybody has any qualms about saying that, but it's more about consistency with them this year because I don't want to see them go down to like Jacksonville and lose 9-6 like they did last year, right? Like they had some lapses. So let's avoid those lapses and see and show, and so that we can all see exactly the kind of team that can go to the Super Bowl, be a 1 seed, host the AFC Championship game, and then you hoist the Lombardi.
Yeah, I mean, even though Brian Daboll became the head coach of the New York Giants after the season, there were some rough spots last year for the Bills. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.